Hello, I'm Dr. Delia Chiaramonte. I am board certified in family medicine and palliative medicine, and I'm the executive editor of Boards and Beyond. I'm passionate about medical education, and I'm really excited to tell you about our Boards and Beyond products. Okay, let's talk about the Boards and Beyond products. So, what is Boards and Beyond? It is a video-based virtual medical school curriculum used by more than 140,000 students around the world. And our students really love that it is an on-demand video library with question banks that covers essentially all of the fundamental information that they need to know to do well on their board exams, but also to be terrific doctors. Boards and Beyond was started by a physician, Dr. Jason Ryan, who's board certified in internal medicine and cardiology. He started out doing videos for his students on cardiology topics, and they loved them so much that they said, "Oh, could you do pulmonary? Could you do renal?" And little by little, he began making this huge repository of videos in the kind of teaching style that really resonates with students. And ultimately, he filled up the bucket of educational videos to cover essentially everything that students need to know fundamentally for their USMLE Step 1 exam and also USMLE Step 2 and even 3 exams. We have preclinical videos and clinical videos, and these videos are regularly updated. We also added a product called Clinical Confidence recently, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And we have a brand new osteopathic medicine product for osteopathic medical students. Overall, we have about 2 million plus hours of videos that are watched every year by medical students. So the Boards and Beyond videos are aligned to standard medical education curricula. The videos are of a digestible size, not too small, approximately 20 to 25 minutes, most of them, so that there's enough depth there that students really understand complicated topics, but not so long that they get bored. And one of the key flavors to the Boards and Beyond video is that there's not a lot of extraneous information at all. So not much history, not much, oh, by the way, let me tell you a story, but really focused education that the students need to do well on exams, well on rotations, well in class, and to be excellent doctors. This is not a product that emphasizes all mnemonics or funny pictures or buzzwords. There is a little bit of that when Dr. Ryan has an idea for how to help people memorize a complicated bunch of information, but mostly it's really emphasizing understanding so that the students can take this knowledge and use it not only to answer exams, but to take care of patients. We get really positive feedback from students. So this one student, Leah, said, "I've been using Boards and Beyond for many subjects, along with most of my classmates, and I find them all super helpful. I'm reaching out specifically because we're learning renal physiology right now, and your videos are absolutely amazing for renal physio. They are all encompassing and concise and just really amazing. So I just want to thank you," which is a wonderful thing to receive. So this video-based format is extremely popular with students. Most of the students watch our videos multiple times, they tell us, at different speeds, slower the first time around so they understand, and then on review, faster just to help them memorize. The students will often answer practice questions after the video to test their understanding and reinforce their knowledge, and they are very free with their feedback to us, which helps us because they may know, oh, this drug was just pulled off the market, or this infectious agent is classified differently now. It helps us look up, confirm that the student is right, and make real-time changes to our content so that we keep up to date. And also sometimes they share cultural sensitivity issues so that we can continue to learn and grow and be as inclusive as possible. So from a medical educator perspective, our videos and quizzes can be assigned to whole groups of students or individual students so that they can have some foundational learning before they come to class. So many educators are using a flipped classroom. They'll have the students watch videos first, then they have the fundamental information before they get to class, and then in class, they can have case-based discussions, they can have a patient there to discuss what it's like from the patient's perspective, they can practice clinical experiences, and it allows for all kinds of other innovative teaching methods when the teacher doesn't have to spend their entire time teaching the foundational information. So these are the categories for our preclinical videos. There are 20 content categories you can see here. There are 447 videos in total and more than 2,300 practice questions. Students can do the questions right after the video. And if they want to, they can also go back and ask for a random assignment of questions and do mini tests for themselves with the random questions. They can track their progress. They can ask for custom quizzes. Give me just questions in these 4 categories. They can make playlists. And then we do have PDFs of the slides available. And sometimes students like to take notes actually onto the PDFs themselves. Our clinical videos have 16 content categories, 265 videos, and almost 1,400 practice questions. And all the same is true. Students can track their progress, make custom quizzes, have playlists, and take notes onto the PDFs. This is an example of what the interface looks like. You can see that the subcategories, anatomy and physiology, cardiac anatomy, cardiac physiology, cardiovascular response to exercise, and here's what our slides look like. One of our newer products is called Clinical Confidence. And we created Clinical Confidence because it's always been scary for medical students to start on the wards, and they always have felt like they weren't quite prepared. And so this series, Clinical Confidence, is designed for specifically that gulf, going from didactic learning to implementing what you have learned with actual people. So at the moment, there are 4 categories of clinical confidence: hospital medicine, surgery, pediatrics, and OBGYN. About 25 videos per category, so total about 100 plus videos and about 40 plus hours of instruction. This is intentionally smaller because these are designed to be watched right before rotation. So students are not taking a whole year to watch these. They're watching them right before they go on these particular rotations. And here's just an example of one of our slides. As you can see, it covers acute respiratory failure, and it addresses these questions that students might not know. What's the difference between a nasal cannula, a face mask, a Venturi mask, a non-rebreather, etc. So our video player has closed captioning and also interactive transcripts, which is a really wonderful, wonderful feature. So this means that the student can go in and search a topic that they want to find. They will get a list of videos that have that keyword in the narration. They can then click on the video, find where the narration includes that keyword, and it will take them right to that part of the video. It's a really terrific feature. And you can see here an example of how that works. If the student wants to search ischemia, they can locate the timestamp within the video and go directly to that part of the video. Students can also tag videos as their favorites or tag them as watched so they know how far they've gotten through their material. They can search for videos by keyword. They can create playlists. They can share playlists with their peers. They can type notes below the videos to help their studying. And as I mentioned, they can create custom quizzes. So here's an example of our quiz interface. Each video has associated quiz questions with it, usually approximately 5 questions per video. Students can choose between a timed approach or a tutored approach. Tutored approach will give them immediate access to explanations for the correct answer and also the incorrect answers. They can see metrics on their own performance. And you can see here, they can see how many they got correct, how many they got incorrect, what the topics were, and they can review the quiz, retake the quiz, or delete the quiz. So we really believe that Boards and Beyond is a tool that you can use to help your students succeed as a flipped classroom, helping students who are struggling with remedial assignments, helping students with active learning of the material that they need to know so that they have resources at home to either learn before class or reinforce what you've taught them in class. We had feedback from one faculty member who said, faculty appreciate it when students get the exposure to topics and concepts ahead of the class because it allows them to get more out of the classroom teaching. So as I mentioned, you can set up groups. You can assign particular videos or quizzes to your whole class, to a certain cohort of your class, to students who are struggling. And you can see how the students have done on their assignments. So specifically for the quizzes, you can see how do they do on their first attempt at each question and how do they do on their best attempt. And you can see if they actually watch the videos that you assign them. We get tons of positive feedback. Here's some examples. Of all the tools we've evaluated, Boards and Beyond has been the best in resonating with students. It better prepares them than any other product, from a medical school faculty member. And another one said, we assign review materials ahead of every class. Students watch the Boards and Beyond videos and they walk into class more ready as a result. So here's how you can learn more about Boards and Beyond. You can also feel free to reach out to me directly. Again, I'm Delia Chiaramonte. We really think this is a product that can help you and can help your students. If you have any questions, please reach out to us and let us know.